Taboo Customs. This video here, we're just going to show you a new tool that we've purchased. Now, if you are working on a lot of Jeeps, if you're doing a lot of suspension work or something like that, this is a tool that might help you. Now, in the past, when we're working on Jeeps and having an issue with a bolt, we're either going to end up welding a nut to the top of it, essentially getting it red hot, or we're going to get a torch out and try heating it up. We're going to get a hard wheel out or Sawzall, try cutting it off, basically doing whatever we can just to get that bolt out and not really worrying about the structure of it. So what we've done is actually added a new tool to our tool chest, and that is the Bolt Buster Heat Induction tool. So this tool will essentially get a bolt red hot in a couple of seconds without having to weld a nut on top of it, without having to break the torch out and heating everything up and starting fires and stuff like that. So let's take a look at the tool. All right, so we've been thinking about buying one of these for quite a while now. So we did a little bit of research online. You can find several different brands out there. We went with this one, and they didn't sponsor this video or anything, so we ended up just buying this off Amazon. I'll put the link in the description below. But because mainly it is a made in USA product, and from what we could see, it's probably the best quality, so we didn't want to deal with cheap tools. And I'll be honest, I did plan to open this for this video, but we actually had to use it the other day, so I had to grab it and break it out real quick. But we did put it back just so we could show you how it comes. I mean, one thing I will say is that a lot of times with products, if you can see that they are packaged really well, they're usually much better products in my mind, because if they're going to take the time and effort to go through that, then they probably took the time and effort on the quality. So essentially the unit will come packaged in a bag like this, and then you'll get, at least with this one here, we got several different coils, because the way an induction heater here works is essentially has a coil that mounts down in the tool, and then this coil here, when energized, produces a magnetic field, and that magnetic field passing through the metal is actually what causes it to get red hot and heat up, essentially. So you can see it comes with a lot of, well, our kit here came with a lot of different sizes of coils, and then even some that are flexible to basically make to whatever size you want. Then it comes with instructions and more instructions and different things. So what we'll do now is we'll take a look at the actual unit itself, which comes in this fancy little bag. So, and it's a little bit interesting. It basically looks like a big caulk tube. So, I mean, not much to it. A tube with a wire sticking out of the end. So what you've got here, we'll get out the coil we need to use. What we're going to do, so down here we've got some screws. Loosen these up. There's some holes here. Loosen up far enough. This will go and seat down all the way down into. We'll tighten it up. And the biggest thing is probably to make sure these screws here on the side are tightened up good and tight, because you want good electrical connection between this coil and the material down in here. If not, you're probably going to end up creating heat down in here and end up destroying the tube or the tool itself. So essentially, we'll go and we'll show you how this works on a bolt we've got packaged up here in a vise, but it's really a simple process. All right, so we've got this is just a 7/16 bolt chucked up in the vise here. Now, before we use this, if you go through the manual, I mean, every page is just warning, caution, danger, warning, caution, danger, warning, caution, danger. Essentially, this thing, of course, gets things red hot. So, but if everything's important, nothing's important. But so on this, what they say is you want a coil that will fit loosely around whatever you're putting it around, about an 1/8 inch around the bolt. Ours is maybe a little bit too tight. The thing is, you're trying to avoid damaging this white lining here, this fiberglass, because apparently if you do damage this and then there's metal showing, you'll actually start to spark here on the bolt, and obviously that would be a little bit more dangerous around things like gas and stuff like that. So you don't want any sparks there. So essentially, once you put this over the bolt, you've got this red button here. And when you push that red button, you'll hear the fan kick on at the back. See, right there, it only took about, I don't know what, 10 seconds to get the bolt red hot. Now, if you are getting a bolt red hot, because you can use this shorter and just make it warm, or just trying to heat it up enough to break it loose. If you're getting a bolt red hot and it's a grade 8 bolt, or something that's holding something that's meant to have some strength to it, chances are you are now going to be degrading that bolt. Red hot is definitely enough to start to lose some of its yield strength. So if you are doing something of that nature with suspension or something like that, then definitely we would recommend replacing that bolt, not reusing that bolt. So short, simple video on that here today. So that is something that for us is going to be very useful. I mean, we started to want to use it before I could even get a video done on it. So a lot of things that we could potentially use that for in the future. So if you're looking for one of those, check the link in the description. And as always, a like or subscribe is greatly appreciated. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them here in this video or visit us on our website, taboocustoms.com.